For the first 10 years of her life, Princess Elizabeth was a relatively minor royal. Her status was akin to Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie of York today, but that all changed with the death of her grandfather, King George V, in 1936. The next in the line of royal succession was Elizabeth's uncle, Edward VIII, who abdicated the throne less than a year after taking it so that he could marry an American socialite named Wallis Simpson. Edward didn't have any children at the time, so his brother Albert, Elizabeth's father, ascended to the throne, taking the name George VI and making the then 10-year-old Elizabeth I in line to become queen. Elizabeth wanted to go to war, but was too young. When World War II broke out in 1939, Elizabeth, then just a teenager, begged her father to join the effort somehow. She started out by making radio broadcasts geared toward raising the morale of British children. She eventually served in World War II. Despite the risks, Elizabeth eventually joined the Women's Auxiliary Territorial Service and trained as a truck driver and mechanic in 1945, when she was 18 years old. Queen Elizabeth II remains the only female royal family member to have entered the armed forces, and is currently the only living head of state who officially served in World War II. Queen Elizabeth II married her cousin, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, and Queen Elizabeth were third cousins. Both share the same great-great-grandparents, Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. In 1946, Philip proposed to Elizabeth when the former planned a month-long visit to Balmoral, her royal estate in Scotland. She accepted the proposal without even contacting her parents. But when George VI finally caught wind of the pending nuptials, he would only officially approve if they waited to announce the engagement until after her 21st birthday. Queen Elizabeth had 2 birthdays. Elizabeth got to celebrate her birthday twice, and the reason why boils down to seasonably appropriate pomp and circumstance. She was born on April 21, 1926, but April was deemed too cold and liable to fall during inclement weather. So instead, her official state-recognized birthday occurs on a Saturday in late May, or more typically June, so that the celebration can be held during warmer months. The specific date varies year to year in the UK, and usually coincides with Trooping the Colour, Britain's annual military pageant. Elizabeth officially ascended to the throne at just 25 years of age when her father, George VI, died on February 6, 1952. Elizabeth was in Kenya at the time of his death and returned home as her country's queen. Elizabeth II is the world's most well-traveled head of state, visiting more than 115 countries between hundreds of official state visits, but she didn't even own a passport. Since all British passports are officially issued in the Queen's name, she technically didn't need one. She didn't need a driver's license either. Britain also officially issues driver's licenses in Elizabeth's name. She was the longest reigning monarch in the entire world ever. She died at the age of 96. Now her son, Charles, will be the king.